now there's so much to know. Earning bits, travel dreams we sow, all aboard the great Indian Points and Miles show. 0 to hero in the blink of an eye. Fly first class, no need to be shy. Redemption sweet, touching the sky. Award seats booked, let's give it a try. Award seats booked, let the points flow. It's all aboard the great Indian Points and Miles show. Unlocking journeys wherever you go. The sky's the limit, feel the travel mojo.
Hello everyone, if you hold a credit card in India, this live stream concerns you. Because the pace at which what has happened in the last 10 weeks, this is something unprecedented and something that we've never seen at this pace happening before. I'm going to drop in a few names. American Express, HDFC, SBI, Scapia, SmartBuy, Lounge Access, Cashback, Amazon Pay Pipeline, ICICI, EPM, everything that I talked about has moved. This is not a devaluation. Most people are calling it one. What we're calling it, it's an ecosystem reset. Welcome to the Great Indian Points and Miles show. This is our fun live stream where the goal is to try and make travel accessible, not through luck, not through hacks, through the right knowledge and actionable insights. We'll come to just a lot of you who are chiming in with a lot of comments, which is amazing to see. But before that, let's introduce the panel. Joining me, as always, the man who reads PNC documents of credit cards like bedtime stories, Aadil Dhimant ji. Kya haal hai bhai?
All good, all good. I mean, this is the live stream we all hoped we wouldn't need to do in 2026. But karna hai, so we are here. Let's do it.
And then our guest is the calm analyst in all the chaos, Vaibhav Kotari. We've been friends with Vaibhav for a while now. I think we first met maybe 6 to 8 months back. He came for our meetup. We had a good time then. Then we had a dosa meetup again. We met him there again. And all this while we've been in touch on WhatsApp. He's a very contributing member of the Great Indian Discord channel, which is our lounge community. And he's been very vocal there and sharing a lot of tips and tricks. He's done some epic redemptions. I call him the Infinia champion. If there is one Infinia champion in the country, you can attribute that to Vaibhav. It's also a card that he holds very near and dear to his heart. Believe it or not, he's still in office. The man is in Bangalore. लोग बोलते हैं IT वाले काम करते हैं. ये देखो, ये बंदा अभी भी ऑफिस में बैठ के, he's bringing in that money and then spending it on cards. With that, welcome Vaibhav.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks so much for having me. Yes, let's do it. Let's continue and do it. Yeah.
So cool. With that, let's welcome our guests. Let's see who all have joined in. Prashant, good to see you. Absolutely, very ready for some late CC talks. Rams, bring it on. Yeah, very, very happy to be back. I love this word. Darbar is back. Indeed. It's been a while since we used this word. Greetings from Abu Dhabi. Good to see you, Pratyush. Hope you're safe. Hope the situation gets better. We're praying for a very, very quick recovery. Let the world get back to normalcy. We all need it. We all need it because we want to fly and we want to go out and have fun and visit all those lovely places in the world. But with that, Pratyush, we really hope you're safe. Waiting for some great news. Great news is always with Mr. Dhimant. Let's try and see what he has to say today. So we'll try and see if he can tell us something exciting. We also have Abbas Bhatnagar. Good to see you, Abbas. PC Geeks Assemble. Indeed. We have Finance Funda. Awesome. Good to see you. Any agency / company who can give redemption turnkey solution. यार तो मतलब नेकी कर और दरिया में डाल. Go to greatindianmiles.com. We have our own consulting service opening, यार Prathan. So you can go to greatindianmiles.com. We have a section there where we can help you. Go ahead and let us know. We'll take it from there. The next one is Finance Funda. Today, Axis Airtel as well. Yes. It's sad what is happening. Axis hadn't been the party pooper, but now it looks like they've joined them as well. very bad time to enter the miles game. You know, Vaibhav and I were just talking about this. Dude, it is never a bad time to enter the miles game. I'll give you a perspective. When Dhimant, me, Vaibhav entered the points and miles game, this was when HDFC had Diners Black as a card that used to give 33% back on Amazon, Flipkart, and Myntra, unlimited. And it used to rain from the sky. Buy an iPhone, 33% back. Buy clothes, 33% back. Buy a toaster, 33% back. Kuch bhi utha lo. It was no cap. And those were the days. So if you think about that, I think these devaluations will happen. But like what we are saying is it's an ecosystem reset. It's not necessarily a devaluation. So no time is a bad time. Make hay while the sun shines. With that, let's also welcome Rahul. Rahul, good to see you. Joining from Rajdhani Express. That's awesome, man. Where are you going? What is the route you're taking? And how's that tomato soup? Last I had a tomato soup which was very, very good. The crotons, the toast that they give you are very good in that. Good, good. Let's come to the next one. I know this question might not be picked, but can we expect Amia back? Answer only if you're comfortable. Yaar, Sarthak, you know we separated and parted ways, right? So I think as of now, we are unsure about that. But yaar, thanks for the question. Nothing uncomfortable. We parted ways on very amicable terms. But it is what it is. Yaar, the show must go on. We've got MZ, M4B, समाज में डर का माहौल है. यार मत बोलो तुम. Dhimant had predicted this in December, but it's one card that a lot of us have been making the most of. And let's just hope that this stays protected. जितनी दुआएं हैं ये कार्ड के लिए आप करो, प्रार्थना करो कि इसको कुछ ना हो, बाकी जो हो रहा है होने दो. But this is the holy grail. I think it's probably the best card in the world that was ever invented, at least in my terms, in my view. Well, good to see you, MZ. Good to see you, Rapid Thunder. Love that name, Rapid Thunder. How awesome is that? Ashish, good to see you. Lanx is saying Dhimant looking happy. Devaluations lekar happy. Dhimant, kya haal hai? Batao.
यार I have a very different perspective on all the devaluations which have happened. और मैं generally ज़्यादा public में I don't post about it because I feel that it's that same stock market thing. पहली बार जब भी तुम bear market देखते हो, then you kind of panic and you see this. I think if you stay enough in this game, you do realize that resets happen. I think Aadil, you put it very well. It's a reset. And I, for a change, feel the resets are actually good for us, and we'll talk about it a little later. But in general, honestly, till now, I am not too shocked or surprised by what's happened. There are small bit of things which kind of I didn't expect. Like Infinia ka 18 lakhs was a total googly. मतलब अच्छा है बुरा है, that's a different thing. But I have never seen something like that happen in the last 20 years of using credit cards. Right, so that was something unique. Otherwise, none of them actually surprised me, honestly.
Cool. I think very well said. Dhimant, sometimes now ये जो comments आते हैं, I just like laugh, and it's amazing to see how special this community is. So take a look at this one. Not this one. इसके पहले वाला जो आया है. So Rahul is saying M4B best. Emirates पंखे पे लटक जाएगा. The love for Emirates is still there, Rahul. It goes nowhere. It's a great card for acquisition of the gold status. But जो असली कमाई कर रहा है ना, I think the breadwinner and the moolah is really coming from Magnus Burgundy. So I think that's that. But we will talk a lot about all of this, and we will continue to interact with all of you. And look at this comment again, Vineet. Is Vineet related to you by any chance, Vaibhav?
Kothari brothers.
M4B, नींबू मिर्ची से नजर उतार दी है. MZ, if you are watching this comment is especially for you. Then there are more comments, right? By Sagnik, which is saying using HDFC DCB metal eligible for Infinia, might get it in a couple of months. ले लो यार, before they make the criteria even more strict. Absolutely, go get it. Aadil, the way you describe food, मुंह में पानी आ जाता है. अरे यार, glad you're enjoying it. By the way, मैं धीमंत को बोलते रहता हूँ, we should do a food meetup, a Bangalore foodies meetup, or when we travel, especially to cities like Bombay, Delhi, वहाँ पर भी एक करना चाहिए. Just get a bunch of us together, sit, geek out. It'll be fun. So if you all are interested, go to our website greatindianmiles.com और वहाँ जाके एक section है in our events. तो अगर आप फॉर्म भर दोगे, We are planning to do and come back with events strongly in April. So if you're interested in attending our events, please fill in that form. So we will get in touch with you immediately so that you have priority access. Sarath is saying कि Atlas is next. यार Sarath क्या हो रहा है? क्यों बोल रहे हो ऐसे? यार मत बोलो. It's a great card for those who still have it, and I dare say it can be potentially challenging to Magnus for Burgundy up to a 15 lakh spend because it gives an average of 8-9%. But I hope this does not happen. My reading is it won't happen because they stopped the issuance of this card. But Vaibhav, आपको लग रहा है कि Atlas might potentially be devalued anytime soon?
I don't think so because they are just like उसको पूरा निकाल ही रहे हैं, मतलब एक्सेसिबल ही नहीं है तो क्या डिवैल्यू करेंगे, जो है जितना है उतना करो और उसके बाद उसको आगे नेक्स्ट फेज में और अच्छे से लेके आएंगे मेरे हिसाब से। तो they'll just revamp the whole card again and either merge जो होराइजन कार्ड है एटलस है उसके हिसाब से उसको मर्ज करके फिर उसका रिवैम्प करना चाहिए। I don't think they will try to devalue the golden goose again, I guess, for everyone. Special travel card.
Yeah, aligned. There's another one, Dhimant, maybe you can take this. No one's talking about Red Giraffe's devaluation. They have stopped rent payment. We covered this, yaar. If you've seen in our Instagram Reels 3, we covered this. But Dhimant, you want to go ahead and chime in here and say, क्या situation है और लोगों को क्या करना चाहिए?
Hey, Shri, I think honestly, this one is on a mix of us and the regulatory body, right? Because I think Red Giraffe's intent was right. I think they wanted to figure out a way in which the ecosystem worked well. But I think the amount of abuse that has happened because of the rental loopholes that existed, and the loopholes were simply that Red Giraffe couldn't initiate enough checks in the system to ensure that you were actually paying rent. And plus, apart from that, obviously, the regulatory bodies want to understand whether this is happening in the right way. So my guess is just like they stopped certain card issuers from issuing cards for a certain period of time, they will bounce back with certain regulations. And again, they will try to close the loopholes which exist today. So, Shri, I think we know that a lot of people like us who genuinely pay rent are going to get hurt by this. But unfortunately, this one, like I said, is a mix of the people who misuse it and obviously the regulatory body not having enough regulations there, right? So my hope is not only Red Giraffe, if the regulations come in, you will see a lot of other platforms also offer this in a nice way.
Makes sense. Let's go to more comments and questions that we have. So we'll come in here. There are a few fun ones that we can take. So Umang is saying Mela lag gaya hai, indeed lag gaya hai bhai. Umang, thanks for joining. There is Satnam who's saying greetings from Germany. Swagat hai Paji, kaise ho aap? Thanks for joining in all the way from Germany. Let us know if you have any questions. Happy to help. You've got Pranav is saying love the channel. Thanks, man, Pranav. So happy that you're enjoying the content. Mehul is saying credit card Illuminati. Thanks for your comment, Mehul. We've got another one from Prashant. Hope there is no HSBC in today's topic. I really hope so. I think if there's something that has happened with HSBC in the last 6 months, at least it's not a devaluation, it's been a revaluation of cards. I mean, Premier stepped it up and how, TravelOne stepped it up and how, and if you've not heard yet about the Taj card, HSBC one, just go ahead and take a look at that. We've done a reel on this. We are soon coming out with an episode which will also describe this in great detail. There's a phenomenal offer running until 31st March. Expensive card, super expensive, yeah. But for those of you who enjoy Tajness, absolute steal of a deal. Ashok is saying he really likes the channel. Thanks to see that. Langs put this very nicely. I like this line. Langs is saying, Zindagi ki yahi reet hai, haar ke baad jeet hai. Devaluation ke baad hi revaluation. Absolutely. I think we've got to learn to play the game, right? Test. One day T20, jo chal raha hai, chalne do. Hong Kong sixes even when this happens, right? But now suddenly, let's come to this question. Dhimant and Vaibhav, I want both your takes on this. So Tanush is asking a very interesting question. With all the devaluations, suddenly Amex Plat charge seems to be looking like a good card. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. So Tanush, I think is a very good question. I think personally, I'm kind of seeing this where a lot of the cards which were making a lot of less sense before are starting to now make a lot of sense, right? So Plat charge is one of them. Let me name a few cards which for me has suddenly started becoming more and more relevant, right? So first is obviously all those cards were offering 2-3% were suddenly all thrown out of the window because of Atlas, right now suddenly people have realized कि यार Atlas नहीं मिल रहा है, तो Horizon and TravelOne suddenly become very good options, right? So I've consistently told this in my last 2 years of talking about credit cards that 2% I consider to be a very good earn rate, because that's what normal people earn and it's fine. I mean, optimizers can obviously earn 7, 10, 12%, but that's how I look at it. So in that sense, Plat charge sits perfectly in that window, right? Apart from that earning rate of 2% ke aspas, it also has a lot of benefits which cannot be earned. So you feel that elite, if you belong to that tier which likes traveling in style. I mean, Marriott Bonvoy Gold is an absolute. I'm telling you, the day that devalues, everybody will be crying here कि यार क्या perk था. So if you not experience that, I mean that's way out of. So again, you can't put. Somebody mentioned this to me in one of our recordings that we are doing. There is an happiness index which you cannot calculate. There is no way to put that on a number, right? So that's my sense. Other card I think which has started to make a lot of sense now is the card which people forgot. It's the Standard Chartered Ultimate, right? Because think about it, इतने सारे exclusions आ गए, right? अब suddenly वो card sense बनना शुरू हो गया because exclusions पे points मिल रहे हैं. So similarly, I think Tanush, you're right. Plat charge does make sense, and it also has those unique transfer partners for which it's hard to earn via other partners. So yes, it is starting to make a lot of sense.
Your thoughts, Weber?
Seriously, Amex Plat charge is like now after the devaluation of the other Amex cards, where you have to 7 lakh spends pay, now you're getting the bonus points. Now this makes sense actually, why? Because जो ट्रांसफर पार्टनर्स धीमंत ने बोला, और उसके बाद ऑल्टरनेटिव कार्ड्स जो भी थे उसके साथ makes, I really feel that that Amex Plat charge, for the cost it's giving you the value. वो वैल्यू है उसके अंदर जो दूसरे अभी जो डिवैल्यूएशन कार्ड्स में हम लोग देख रहे हैं वो उसमें नहीं मिल रहा है. आई थिंक इट रियली मेक्स मी अच्छा सेंस बन रहा है उसके अंदर भी अपने को.
Cool. I do think the Amex card is becoming extremely valuable because एक यार statuses के साथ तो बहुत help करता है, particularly Hilton, Bonvoy and Radisson even. For if you look at those 3 loyalty programs, वहाँ पे काफी help करता है. And then the sign up bonus, मतलब जो 125k मिलते हैं Amex के, that is very sweet. Particularly अगर आप देखोगे ना, like London is an incredible hack there. अगर आप सही टाइम कर सकते हो, right? Think about what this can do. 25,000 points can get you Virgin points, can get you a business class ticket to London, which is Bangalore London direct in business class, which means 50k Amex points. तो मतलब 3 one-way business class आपको मिल जाएंगे with Amex Plat charge if you potentially think about it. Now अभी business नहीं करना है. 6,000 Virgin points में आपको economy ticket मिलती है. So think about it, 12,000 Amex points में you can get a one-way ticket to London. Extremely powerful. So like if you think about it, only catch is when you're coming back on your return flight, the taxes will be high from London, but you have to think about. But I'm telling you, it's a steal of a deal simply because you can find up to 4 business class seats. And I've booked them, so I know that this is possible, and I'm not talking SAE because it is possible, and therefore that suddenly becomes like somebody said in the form of Tanush. This suddenly becomes like a very, very interesting looking card. Cool. With that, we'll move on. Tanush, hope we answered that question. Let's come to the next one. Surya is saying in all this devaluation, HSBC is the bull right now. Oh, not only the bull, it's the big bull. And let's hope this bull continues to charge, because also speculation is rife that they are coming up with a new card. Now, we're not sure what category or card yet, but we've just heard from people close to us that they are coming up with a very interesting and very new card, which is going to challenge a couple of banks. So absolutely looking forward to this. If you're considering taking the Taj card, hold your horses. If you really want it and you enjoy the Taj hospitality, get it before 31st March. But otherwise, wait, because I think HSBC approves only one card every 6 months. So think about what you're applying before you're applying. Cool. Let's go to the next one, which is Vaibhav, you can take this because you know you're the OG HDFC Infinia guy. Does HDFC issue Infinia under relationship exception? This question is asked by Vivek.
Right now they are holding their horses like very close to them, the Infinia card. But again, yes, if you are meeting the RLV, if you're meeting the spend based targets with HDFC, see, I got Infinia with the Imperia account, and it was, they invited me, like it was an invitation for me that I was eligible to for the card years back. But right now with the right RLV with them, and because it's very difficult to find that good relationship manager right now, because again, if it's again spend based, it's again credit limit what you have before in your previous cards, and there are a lot of things where initially they offered it for free, but it was difficult. Now right now it's become difficult for Infinia. Why? Because again, the card with 50 lakh RLV with them, I really don't think it makes sense. If you have 18 lakh spends, okay, Infinia is good. But relationship, I think you have to have an Imperia account with them. सबसे पहले तो Imperia account होना चाहिए उनके साथ, और आपका जो previous card है, either it is a DCB और HDFC का Regalia Gold के ऊपर आपका more than 10 lakh का credit limit होना चाहिए, और your previous spends have to be previous का spends का भी उसमें they will analyze it, but they are not giving. As long as I know, they are not giving it. कुछ भी कर लो, they are trying to filter out now. They're in a filtration mode where जितना लोग है उन लोगों में ही filter करके अपने को जो high spenders है, और either you give them relationship 50 lakh rupees, which makes no sense. No sane person right now in this group over here is going to park their money in HDFC current or savings account. And I don't think they're considering current account also, because I have a current account with them and the RLV of current account was not considered. Only savings individual and not family account also. It's like if you have mother, father, brother, all put together 50 lakh RLV, no. Individual RLV, 50 lakh rupees, compulsory, or 18 lakh spends, whatever they're asking for the next year. So it's difficult, but have an Imperia account, give them good, or else, as people say, buy some insurances, which I don't think is the right way, because they're just, beating you for the insurances.
Yeah, I think well said, Vaibhav. I think the point is, Vivek, never mix two concepts that are fundamentally very, very different. The first concept is ROI, return on investment. The second concept is ROS, return on spend. Your money has to be at a particular place where it's working for you. Never mix that up just to get a card. The card is secondary. It's what you get by spending the money. So first, always focus on income acceleration and making the most of what you can. Once you have that, then to deploy and spend, sure, you can definitely go ahead and get the cards. But the summary from Vaibhav is, if you want the Imperia banking, you'll have to satisfy the Imperia banking criteria. Also show them that there is potential for them to get more out of you. And if you do that, then there is a high chance that you will get the card. Cool. So let's move on from here. There is another question. Maybe Dhimant, you can take this one quickly. Is the HSBC TravelOne worth taking if someone's already holding the Atlas?
Hey, San, I think, I don't know your full name, but this is actually one of the very common questions in my DM as well. And I think over a period of time, my answer has also changed. And here is the current situation. I'll give you the maths. It's very simple. Ideally, people take Atlas to spend up to 15 lakhs. Okay, so assuming you have 15 lakhs that you can spend in the year, here are two ways of thinking about it. Spend the entire 15 lakhs on Atlas, right? Earn 60,000 points, convert to 60,000 points to 120k partner miles, and you are done. The second way of thinking about it is do the maths. Do only 7.5 lakh on Atlas, which is my preferred method of recommendation. Earn those 30,000 points, which give you Group A. 7.5 lakh exactly gives you 30,000 edge miles. Maximize it with Accor and whatever you want to kind of use for Group A. Move the remaining 3-4 lakhs that you have, or 10 lakhs or 6 lakhs, whatever is left, to HSBC TravelOne. And this is something I recommend because HSBC TravelOne is coming up with fantastic forex offers. I don't think at this point of time Atlas आप कभी भी शायद forex पे use कर पाओगे, right? So, and whenever you spend on HSBC TravelOne on forex, you are again getting back 4% Accor, right? So think about it in that manner. That is my recommendation. So I would strongly urge you to look at HSBC. One, because the base offering is good enough. Secondly, you will see a lot of good offers coming from their end in the next year because they are in the investment phase right now. So I wouldn't call it revaluation because they were never there. I would say think about it more like they are in that growth phase. So expect some goodies from them now and again, right? So that's my recommendation.
Cool. Dhimant, before I go to Vaibhav with another question, there is a very apt question for you, I think. And we should definitely take that question. Batao, Kshitij has commented something. What's your answer?
देखो क्षितिज पूछने से पहले सोच लो, मतलब एक बार बुक हो जाएगा तो सबको आना पड़ेगा. लाइक आई वांट टू सी शो ऑफ हैंड्स कौन कौन आने को रेडी है, बताओ. चलते हैं. लाइक आई एम मोर देन हैप्पी. लाइक आदिल नोज आई डोंट नीड अ रीजन टू गो टू थाईलैंड.
No, but seriously, I want to maybe delineate for 2 minutes and just talk about this, guys. And I want to get your inputs, all of you who are listening in. I see that there are close to 760 people across Twitter handles and our YouTube live stream that have tuned in right now and are live right now. 759. The count keeps going up and down. To all 769 of you, if we planned a meetup in Thailand and we said ki this is a date, we're going to fly. You fly at your own cost. You stay wherever you want. But we're going to plan an evening for you. Come and meet at a particular evening from X time. And we'll party through the night. We'll discuss cards. We'll have a good time. Fabulous food. Great music. And just nerd out on all things, points and miles. And talk redemptions. Does that sound exciting? How many of y'all will actually come? And I need to get a dipstick test. If y'all actually say that y'all will come, and if I can get real hands here, and say that you all will really come, I think we can seriously plan this. I'm not joking. So if you can, and if you think you will, just kind of comment, because I need to get a dipstick, because you know what happens? Like Dhimant and me get really excited and we'll go build a plan. हम कोई partners के साथ बात करेंगे, excellent plan बनाएंगे, and then we'll ship it out. And then if people don't come, then that's a problem, right? Because we put in a lot of effort into this. So we'll make it cool, make it fun, make it sexy. Question is, will you all come? Again, you book your own flights, you book your own hotels, travel on your own. We will arrange a special evening. It will be a paid evening, so you'll have to pay a little bit to cover the F&B costs. You'll have to cover the banquet costs and all of that. But if you are willing to make that investment just to hang out, nerd out, and have fun, उसके बाद after party भी कर सकते हैं, अगले दिन भी hang out कर सकते हैं, unofficially if you like, but officially maybe this is possible. So let's see. I think there are a lot of positive comments. I didn't expect this. So let's see. So genius AI glitch, I'm in for sure. Thank you. Good to see that. I travel to Bangkok every year. That Raven, good to see. Best idea of the night, Prashant. Really nice. Kshitij is in. Kshitij told us that a few days back. Let's go. Very good. Seeing Ishwar is saying he's in, which is nice. Pranav is saying he's in. Flatman is saying he's in. Comment Swadika. I think this is appropriate for Thailand. Indeed. Nobody related to that more than Dhimant, but we'll move on. We've got another yes. Do a poll. Can we do a poll? Yeah, I don't think I have the ability to do a poll from the tool that I'm using. MZ तो आ ही जाएगा. मतलब अगर MZ बोल रहा आएगा वो पक्का आएगा. इतना तो मेरे को विश्वास है इसके ऊपर. Exited. Finance.
Excited.
Because उसमें
वो होता है थाईलैंड. वो थाईलैंड होते ही
exited.
नहीं वो थाईलैंड का नाम सुनते ही वो मतलब एक्साइटेड का एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है. लाइक इट्स ओके.
I will join no condition. यार ऐसे responses ना दिल जीत लेते हैं सही में. This is amazing. So 100% flying to Thailand. Look at that from Surya. Finance Vanda for sure. Amazing यार. So this is brilliant. Look at this comment. I love this comment. Dhimant ji, Thailand चलो हम तुम्हारे साथ हैं. That is brilliant. Somebody saying गोवा कर लो. यार गोवा भी कर सकते हैं. We were just thinking कि अगर कुछ international करें, not sure about which one, but we could do Vietnam, we could do Thailand, we could do Indonesia, we could do so many of these. Philippines, there are so many good properties. Somebody saying SQ का sale चल रहा है. यार यहाँ से जितने है ना सारे आके बुक कर लेंगे, कोई टिकट ही नहीं बचेंगे फिर. But I think good. You all have given us good feedback. Let me and Dhimant go and do some homework. हम ये homework करके आएंगे आपके पास. And I really want to try and make this happen. Without asking Dhimant, I'll go ahead and commit also. If we do it in the first or second week of April, will you all come? मतलब I'm going super aggressive on this. अगर आप आ सकते हो, go ahead and go to greatindianmiles.com, which is our website, greatindianmiles.com. वहाँ पे एक meetup का form है, वो आप भर देना वहाँ पे. And then we'll have your details, and then we'll ping you. आप बता दो if it works, and then we'll party and have a good time outside. So looking forward to it. With that, focus back on the questions. Let's get back to the questions. We have a very interesting question right here. Dhimant, maybe you can take this. Utkarsh's question is, I've hit considerable AEP in January, February, and March. I have received base AEP Edge rewards for my spends, but I'm yet to receive any bonus for AEP Edge rewards. By when will I receive them?
Hey, so Utkarsh, if I understood this correctly, January का तो अब तक आपको आ जाना चाहिए था. I think 12th March. नहीं, अभी आएगा.
अभी आएगा. अगले 2-3 दिन में
अभी आएगा. 2-3 दिन में आ जाएगा.
Yeah. So Utkarsh, for January you will get it now in 2-3 days. I think Axis has been very consistent. 13th, 14th को आ जाता है. So you are just couple of days away. And for February you'll get it in April, and March you'll get it in May. So yeah, that's how it will work.
Cool. So with that, let's go to our next one. Question is from Prashant. Do we still get to make LIC payments through Amazon Pay?
Yeah, I तो did it recently. Like I don't know if recently का मतलब मैंने Jan में किया था, तो I don't know if it's still working. But I have not seen any notification which says it cannot happen. Sorry, is anybody else have?
Payments are not going through. Big payments are not going through. Very recently.
Oh, अच्छा मेरा छोटा सा था, मेरा 7,000 था, so it went through. I'm not sure big
payments are not going through.
Got it.
Cool. Let's come to the next one. So maybe you can take this, Vaibhav. Aparna saying, hi guys, I taken Atlas last August and had some big spends, completed the 15 lakh milestone. Now eyeing a new card for my spends. Please suggest I have the Diners privilege and HDFC is not agreeing for an upgrade. So maybe you can take that first, Vaibhav, and then we can come to Dhimant.
Diners privilege also is a good card if he wants to continue. But he has a Diners privilege, right?
She, yeah.
She, sorry. Okay. Diners privilege is a good card. Then अगर HSBC है, आप अप्लाई करो. HSBC के लिए सबसे बेस्ट कार्ड है. स्पेंस भी अच्छे हैं और रिटर्न्स भी बहुत बढ़िया है. I think HSBC is a good option for her now. If she wants to, 15 lakh का option हो गया है. TravelOne है, Premier है. They can go with that if you are eligible for it.
Aparna, what I would recommend is, like Vaibhav said, HSBC TravelOne is definitely a good addition. Please add that. If you are in a metro tier 1 and if you are salaried, if you are not either of the two or neither, then the option that I have is, Aparna, I would recommend tell us what are the categories that you are kind of spending on, because that would help me choose the card, because it's very hard to otherwise give a generalist card. Otherwise I would have said कि यार now I know that Plat Travel भी issue नहीं हो रहा है, तो otherwise Plat Travel would have been a perfect card for this situation. The other card that you should look at is the IndusInd Avios, because if you have another 15 lakhs that you can spend on the card in the year after Atlas, then IndusInd Avios is a brilliant card, especially with the 20,000 joining bonus. It will easily give you a 4%, 5% odd earnings if you stay with it. So that's something that I can recommend.
Cool. Let's move on to the next one. This is a very unique question, and I have no idea how to answer it. It's a curveball, but I'd love to throw this curveball at you. So Rags has 2 million Accor points. 2 million is 20 lakh Accor points, but does not have holidays to burn on travel or stays. Any non-travel options to redeem? यार Rags donate कर दो हमको यार, हम चले जाएंगे. हमको दे दो, we are itching to go. हम छुट्टी मैन्युफैक्चर करके चले जाएंगे. But man, this is a crazy situation, right? 2 million Accor points is phenomenal to have. But any thoughts there, Vaibhav, Dhimant?
Yeah, Rags, I don't know what kind of non-travel options you are recommending. I think one suggestion that I have is Accor does some crazy events. Look at if you can join an event you don't need to have too many days for that, right? So for example, जो F1 की वो event करते हैं, I mean you can go and outbid everything, right? So they also did a full package last year of 2 days. देख लो अगर आप वो 2 दिन एटलीस्ट स्पेयर कर सकते हो, then you can burn a large amount of point in 2 days. So what I understand is you do not have 100 days of vacation to spend 20,000 points every day, right? So but if you can spend 2 nights में 8 lakh point and be able to do a pit lane walk in an F1, if you are interested in Formula 1, obviously. There are other football matches, etc. also that they do, but this is one of the options that I have, and I would have strongly done it if I had so many points, right? So that's my recommendation. Look at events. I am also hoping that they would have some concerts that they will do this year. And if you're interested in music, that could be another option. By the way, Aadil, he can also use it for, I'm guessing, event planner. I think that's a great one. So, for example, if you are able to do like an meetup or something, if you're planning any meetup of families or some events, see if you can talk to the property where they will accept points, and you can actually book the Accor, event and pay it via the points. That's another good option. You don't need to travel for that, right? So, for example, if you're in Bombay, you could do it at Sofitel BKC and burn your points there. That's another option that I can think of.
Makes sense. Let's come to the next one. Back to you, Dhimant, for this one. Moving salary account from HSBC Premier to Access Magnus for Burgundy. What will happen to my Premier card?
Yeah, same thing that happened to me. You will get a mail before in a few months saying that you will have to pay 20,000. 2-3 mails आएंगे warning के लिए, and finally they will charge the fee to your card. So that's what they will do, and they are very systematic about it. वो करेंगे, मतलब don't assume like access की वो भूल जाएंगे or whatever. So I got it posted. So that's what happened with me, and I cancelled the card. And within me cancelling the card, 10 दिन के बाद वो revaluation हुआ, and the TravelOne portal the hopper portal got launched. So I reopened my card, and TRV के through I reopened the card. So that's what will happen with you if you move the card salary.
ये बहुत अच्छा comment है, which I think we should definitely say. This saying 2 million Accor points can sponsor everyone's Thailand meetup. I think this is a brilliant idea, right? I mean, it will take care of the event and it will get everyone accommodation. We're just saying whoever has those many points, think about it. We are all open to ideas, but there you go. Cool. Let's go to lots more questions that are there. Let's come to this one. Which are the best milestone cards in the current scenario, especially where all seems to be devalued? Yeah, IndusInd Avios looks very solid, right? If you think about it, that's like a solid card in my opinion. If you have the Atlas, I think just continue to juice it. It's a phenomenal card from a returns perspective. Another one that I will highly recommend, it's debatable whether people like it or not, but the Diners Marriott card, a 3,000 rupee entry point, is still a great card if you think about it, right? Because it gives you points on the milestones. Agreed that the next big milestone is on 6 lakhs. But if you're not getting a lot of cards and you're still entry level, that card you can get entry level, which is very easy. But Vaibhav, any other milestone cards you want to bring into the mix?
I had Marriott Bond where I got all the 4 FNAs last year. So all the four FNAs were there, and as you said, IndusInd Avios was like chaos था उस card पे, but I think everybody sailed through and everybody got their card. I hope everybody got the card. Dhimant had some issues.
Which one? IndusInd Avios? No,
IndusInd
man,
Avios.
I got it. Yeah. I mean, it was just a delay from their end, and I kind of I think after that everything has been perfectly smooth. Yeah.
Awesome. But I think Marriott Bonway, awesome card, 4 FNAs, you hit the milestone, done, cool, it's good. And if you're spending on Marriott again, you get like 8 points for every two. That's the best return there. Let's
come to the next one. Dhimant, why don't you take this one? Kumar Vishwas is saying, sir, batao kahan ghumana hai? 2 people ke liye, he has 1.7 lakh Infinia points, 1.23 lakhs in Accor in 2 accounts, 1.29 lakhs United points. The places that he's interested is either the Schengen zone, which covers France, Switzerland, Netherlands, Ireland, UK, Singapore. UK, Singapore are done already, so he doesn't want to go there. Economy flights work. Batao, kya karna chahiye?
Hey, so this one looks like a good combo. I think Kumar, you should do a joint trip for Netherlands and France at least. Switzerland भी ले सकते हो, but could be a little too much. I think you can do Paris and Amsterdam very easily. What I would recommend is look at doing using your United points for a economy flight via Lufthansa to Europe, because I want you to use the United points. Otherwise, obviously, there are better ways to do it. Accor की बहुत properties है, both in Amsterdam and in Paris. I think you should be able to put it to good use. So one-way tickets for two people via United to Paris economy. While coming back, use your Infinia points, move it via let's say Finnair, and see if you can do Avios business class for two people. Abhi Doha, it's a bad time to do right now, but once it opens up and the war is over, you should look at doing using your Infinia points to do. I think in 1.7 lakhs, two people business class is doable, and that would be a brilliant adoption. I think you can put all three to use very well.
Cool. Let's go to the next one. The next one is right here. Dhimant and Aadil, how are you collecting Marriott points? What's your strategy after Amex devaluations? Yeah, this is a tough one. For me, I think the Plat charge is still a good one because wherever I get 5x or potentially 10x on Air India, I try and use that. But 5x is still great. For international spends, 3x is great. Wherever I can, I try and use that. That's what I've been juicing. Plat travel, I've completed my 4 lakh milestone, was not interested in doing the 7 lakh milestone. In fact, my wife didn't complete the 4 lakh milestone either. So I think it's okay. I don't want to unnecessarily spend on that card just for milestones. But we have two Marriott diners in the family. So, just by paying 3,000 rupees a year, you get 15,000 points, which is great. So now, like a couple of weeks back, I was in Sri Lanka and I got a $400 property at 25,000 points. So I was able to combine the FNA of 15K plus 10,000 points. So that worked. I think another way, if you have a lot of Group B in Axis Magnus Burgundy, you can move that to ITC. And 10,000 ITC points you can move every quarter to Marriott. So your 10,000 ITC points will become 15,000 Bonvoy. So if you are willing to part way with 40K worth of ITC, you can get 60K worth of Bonvoy every year. I think those are my thoughts. Other than that, I'm not really juicing Bonvoy much. From a stay perspective, I've completely moved to Accor because of the status that I've attained. And I've been trying to juice Accor completely for the last couple of years. And my plan this year is also pro Accor. Next year, we'll figure out what to do with Bonvoy because at least this year, I feel I have enough points and I have enough stays planned to make the most out of it. Dhimant, your thoughts?
Yes, so Pratik, I think good question. And this is what happened with me. So currently my ratio, if I'm doing, let's say 5 stays, right, or 5 trips, let's say 2 years mein, 4 are Accor, 1 is Marriott. And again, that Marriott is happening because to get that change where you want to have a more relaxing holiday, a more luxury holiday, right? And so 2 साल में एक Marriott stay करना है. That's my current formula. And hence, what I did was when I did Mandapa last year in November, मेरा पूरा stash 0 हो गया. So that's when I started saying कि अब let's build towards my next Marriott stay, which will happen let's say 24 months from now. So my collection started there. So what I do obviously is every year 10,000 MR comes from the 8,000 buying from Amex by default. तो 20,000 वहाँ से आता है. I have 2 Plat travels. So the 2 Plat travels gives me roughly a lakh MR, right? So 1.2. And then there is a Plat charge. So if I see right now, I can easily see myself collecting another 2.5, right? So with the joining bonus, that's my strategy. Uske alawa, anything that I earn from spending on the MRCC or gold charge is just a bonus. But मेरे को नहीं लगता है कि मैं 2 साल में 2.5 से ज़्यादा कमा पाऊंगा, right? So for me, I'm thinking of now doing an Al-Maha maybe in Dubai when the time is right, 2 years later.
ये कब होगा time right? बताओ यार, हमको भी बताओ.
यार ये वॉर अगर पता होता प्रेडिक्ट करना तो मैं पहले जाके स्टॉक मार्केट में
You've been talking about this, so did you have a time frame in mind where you wanted to go in the year?
No, I wanted to do this year. I wanted to do Al-Maha at the end of this year or early next year. That was my original plan. But अब तो मुझे मुश्किल लग रहा है because I think it will take time to
हाँ,
for this
अब
entire
तो
thing
it's
to
very
settle down.
unpredictable, right?
Yeah, but I honestly, on this note, I think because you asked me, I am actually seeing massive availability on Qatar, and a lot of people have panic cancelled. If you are somebody who is ready to take that $25 risk of paying cancellation fee, may not be a very bad idea to book for October, November, December. अगर आपको
जब
flex rate मिल जाए,
वर्ल्ड सफायर एक बंदे के पास आ जाता है ना, तो इतना पावरफुल हो जाता है वो बंदा, which is amazing to see that you are now going and checking on a regular basis कि मैं कहाँ जा सकता हूँ.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, but
आपके
I
लिए तो
think even
cancellation अभी free
$25 is
है,
worth
so there's
it.
no stress for you, right? You can just, because you have one word sapphire, you can afford to book and cancel, which just gives you amazing power
Yeah.
and really shows the magic of the status. I think you should take a minute and talk about that, like how you got the status and how people can get it too.
Yeah, so I think we all have seen a lot of Twitter posts and a lot of videos and people speaking about how Accor Platinum matches to Qatar. But I can give you a 60-second view on how it actually happens. So you take your first revenue flight, right? And I think somebody from our group has also experienced it, Kshitij. So I'm going to talk about how it happens. You take your first revenue flight. Even before your first revenue flight is, you board it, let's say 2 hours before your flight time, you get an email from Qatar saying ki congratulations, you are now Qatar Gold. So this was shocking because in the world where we live, chat पे बात करना, लोगों को समझाना कि भाई क्या हो रहा है, it's very hard. So you got an email. The boarding pass still shows that you are not gold, but your app shows that you are gold. So I was landing at Doha. I went to the lounge and showed it to them, and they were like, "Okay, sir, don't worry. Please go inside the gold lounge." They not only did that, they also printed the new boarding pass and suddenly showed the status. This is all 1 hour before I've even taken my first revenue flight, right? So, and then the beautiful part was once I took my flight and officially I became Qatar Gold. That's a temporary 2 hour status that they give you. And once you become Qatar Gold, I was traveling because that flight was revenue paid, so I was traveling in economy, right? Because मैंने सस्ता वाला flight लिया था, $95 का flight था. And suddenly the air hostess walks up to him and saying, "Thank you, Dhimant, for being, Mr. Negandhi, for being a gold member. Now we are now fully boarded the flight, and the flight seems very empty. आप कहीं भी जाके बैठ जाओ, आपको बैठना है तो, like economy में take any emergency exit seat wherever, right? I mean, obviously we know that that's a perk, but generally you have to ask for it, right? Ki, can I go and sit there?" So this lady walks up and she's like, "Kahin bhi baith jao." So then she took my luggage, she made me sit somewhere, and that itself, because I was in double mind, should I spend that $95 or not for getting this status? Obviously, I did a lot more circus to get the status, but that $95 was a part of it. So amazing experience. By the way, just FYI, the quotas of platinum to Qatar Gold and One World Sapphire are still open. And as per my calculation, last year it was open till easily till October. तो अगर कोई करना चाह रहा है तो please do that. That's my recommendation at least.
Cool. That is, I think, awesome. That is really good to hear. Let's come to another question. And Vaibhav, maybe you can take this one. Is it possible to get TravelOne at a CIBIL of 740 with 5.5 lakhs per annum as salary? Question mark. Also, he loves our videos. Thank you, Jatin. Please make video as per salary brackets. Excellent suggestion, yaar. Banate hain iske upar. But Vaibhav, you want to take that question?
740 CIBIL is good, not at all bad, but मेरा HSBC से दूर दूर तक नाता नहीं है, because I'm not going the because I'm not salaried, I'm a businessman, so और मैं RLV के basis पे HSBC पे तो जुड़ा नहीं हूँ, तो मुझे इतना आइडिया नहीं है कि वो 5.5 LPA में वर्कआउट होगा कि नहीं होगा, but 740 CIBIL is good. I don't think it's going to be trouble. And again, if you have other cards, then I don't think problem होना चाहिए. Dhimant, what do you think?
Jatin, again, I'm going to reserve my comments of the CIBIL score because these criteria are very internal. In my view, 740, 750, generally banks don't mind giving you a credit card. So that's my experience. However, I think with a 5.5 lakh per annum, here is my honest recommendation. You first of all, I don't think they will issue the TravelOne. Also, if they are issuing the TravelOne, do you really need the TravelOne? You should ask this question to yourself, because if you are earning 5.5, even if you spend at a very accelerated, a high disposable income like a 2.75 lakhs for the year, I don't think this card is right for you at this point of time. So if you really want to go out and have some big spends, then it's okay. I mean, but then again, think about the AIS issue, because income tax is very strict on this now. कि अगर आपका salary 5-5.5 है, why are you spending 20 lakhs on the card? So my point of view would be that try to get a card that suits your spending pattern. I don't think even Regalia Gold, for example, makes sense for this kind of a spend, right? So Horizon, TravelOne, and Regalia Gold are made for people who spend 1.5 lakh का salary होता है जिनका per month. So that's my recommendation. If I were to recommend you cards, I would say strongly think about an HSBC Platinum Cashback card, the card that earn rate is half of TravelOne, but it also suits the spending pattern that you would have. That's my recommendation, Jatin.
Cool. I think that is solid. But एक minute, yaar. I have to pause, and this is crazy. I never expected this to happen. Believe it or not, there are 5,200 people watching the live stream right now. Our previous record has been 2,500 people watching it, at the same time. 5,200 is just blowing my mind. It's insane. There are 4,500 people on YouTube right now. There are close to 300 on Dhimant's Twitter handle, 200 on Great Indian Mind handle, about 100 on my handle. But overall, 5,000 is insane. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the love. It's nuts. It is crazy. And crazy is like an understatement. Thank you for all the love. Let's continue talking about a lot of this stuff. So let's come to the next one. Let's come to a question for Dhimant. Dhimant, how do you manage TRV with HSBC? Because from what I explore, if you do mutual funds with banks, your expense ratio will be high and it will hurt your returns. Or is there any trick here?
Hey Madhu, I think you're absolutely bang on. I am very, very strongly against moving mutual funds to banks, because the moment you move your direct to regular, forget mutual fund, forget the bank cost, because banks really don't charge you an expense ratio. The expense ratio is for the regular fund. Even if it's a bank or even if it's a third party, उनको brokerage fund से मिलती है, and that's same for everybody, right? So Axis Bank doesn't earn more than any other broker, right? So that's how it works. So how do I manage TRV? There are a set of long-term stocks that I hold that I don't intend to sell very soon. So I'll give you an example. Larsen and Toubro, it's been in my Demat account for almost 15 years plus now. And I've just taken a chunk of those, which I feel I'll never sell, and put it into HSBC, because HSBC today doesn't have a trading platform. So I've kind of put my stocks there, which I cannot sell at this point of time, but I don't intend to sell it. So that's the hack or way that I have used. It's very easy. You just put 40 lakhs worth of any stocks that you don't intend to sell anytime soon. But do remember that if you do this, and if you have to sell it because of some emergency, you will have to bring it back to another bank before you sell it, or any other trading platform. So I moved it from Axis to HSBC. Again, because I did not intend to sell these stocks anytime soon. So that's my way of doing it.
Cool. Let's take another question now, which is right here. Sudarshan brings this question. I have 3,25,000 Amex points. Shall I convert to Bonvoy or not? Please suggest. Yeah, Sudarshan, do not ever transfer unless you have a plan. If you have a plan, only if, and you have a certain property you want to stay at, or you want to convert them to air miles via air mile transfer out, only then you transfer. But unless and until you don't have a plan, please do not transfer. It's perfectly fine to hold it in American Express, in my opinion. So I'd say keep it as is. Once you have a plan, go for it. Vaibhav, maybe you can take this one. Since Vaibhav mentioned Axis Horizon earlier, is it a good card for travel? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a good card. Like returns are good. Axis Horizon is like small brother of क्या बोलता अपना जो Axis Atlas कार्ड है, Atlas का छोटा भाई है. So मेरे हिसाब से तो मैं M4B से ऊपर नहीं आ शिट ओके एक्सेस हॉराइजन धीमन आई एम रियली सॉरी आप ले लो यार एक वाला मेरे को
So,
हॉराइजन कितना देने
no problem.
सॉरी सॉरी
Here is
सॉरी
my
सॉरी
point of view. What I would recommend is that Axis Horizon is a underrated card because of 2-3 reasons. One, obviously, whatever you earn, you can convert it to Accor, right? So that's the basic premise. The second premise is that it also gives you accelerated points on flights. Remember, unlike Atlas, it doesn't give you accelerated points on hotels, right? So it only gives on airlines, not hotels. So direct flights के लिए it works, direct hotels के लिए it doesn't work. A lot of people don't know this, they just assume कि वो चलता है. Second is Atlas 1:2 पे convert होता है, Horizon converts 1:1. So your reward rate is half, right? So its base rate is 2%, accelerated is 5% only on airlines, right? So be mindful of that. And I would say, again, I don't have any context of your spending pattern. I like the Horizon. If you don't buy vouchers, then Horizon is a better bet than Regalia Gold. If you buy vouchers, Regalia is a better bet than Axis Horizon. That's how I put it. Otherwise, Regalia Gold is much, much better than Axis Horizon.
Cool. We will continue to take a lot of questions. But in the meanwhile, I just want to stop for a couple of minutes here and talk about the topic that we're doing this live stream on, which is our credit card devaluations that have happened in 2026. And like when we started, we said that from a context setting point of view, let's understand really what happened. And it's important to zoom out a little bit before we actually zoom in. In this 10-week window of 2026, Amex has gotten impacted. HDFC has gotten impacted. SBI got impacted. Scapia got impacted. Amazon Pay with ICICI EPM and Swiggy got impacted. Here's the thing. Banks don't copy each other by accident. The question that I have is, and I'd love to understand Dhimant and Vaibhav's view. We'll come to Dhimant first. But I'd also love to understand the audience's view, all of you who are also participating here. Why do you think all the banks moved at the same time? Dhimant, you want to get in and explain the economics, maybe cost of rewards, abuse patterns? What's the angle? Are we potentially moving from a growth era to a profitability era? Is that the headline, or is the headline something else? What do you think?
Nahi yaar, Adil. So here is what the take I was talking about when I started the podcast or the live stream. I'll tell you what happens, right? So we spoke about the devaluations in November, starting with Infinia, and everybody was like, "He क्यों बोल रहे हैं Dhimant?" And see, I'll tell you how it works, right? So every Jan, Feb, March, all the banks reevaluate their card portfolio. It is normal. I think because of the solid content that has come out on credit cards in the last 2 years, I think a lot more people are now aware. ये हर साल होता है, and this is nothing new, right? So what will happen is you will see a lot of JFM, devaluations happening because revaluation होगा. Revaluation at a bank level होगा कि यार क्या करना है, सोचेंगे, and then they will take those calls. So for example, हो सकता है, and again I'm not sure about this, but हो सकता है कि this year Axis may not make that big moves as they made last year because they made big moves last year, right? So they plugged so many loopholes. This year it was Infinia's move. Now I think what's happening is, one, obviously there are echo chambers in the content world where people keep talking about it. तो एक बंदा post करता है, 1000 लोग post करते हैं. It sounds like panic हो जाता है. So that's one. Secondly, from a pure play P&L lens, Aadil, I feel that and again somebody asked me this point blank in one of our meetups. He said कि यार क्या हमारे वजह से ये हो रहा है कि भाई तुम इतने सारे हैक्स बता रहे हो, तुम इतने सारे सिंगापुर एयरलाइंस के टिकट बुक कर रहे हो. इट्स नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ this that devaluations are happening. There are so many loopholes that have been exploited like crazy. That is the reason why some of these devaluations, or rather than the banks wanting to plug these loopholes faster, is happening, right? So I think the right way to think about it is this ecosystem is becoming far more sustainable because of the changes that are happening. My hope is that the banks are doing it the right way. And what do I mean by that? एक loophole बंद करके दूसरा loophole मत खोल दो, right? Because do it the right tech way. So, for example, I'll tell you one example, right? I like what Amex has done, right? Okay. Do I like the change from 4 lakh to 7 lakh? Obviously, nobody likes it, right? But if you look at it, they are basically saying कि यार बस खाली 4 लाख यूज करके मेरा कार्ड अगर आप फेंक देते हो, then it's not helping me, right? So that's how people are thinking about it, right? So that's one way of thinking about it. Second way of thinking about it, Adil, is that if you only use a card, and again, this is, you look at the Airtel Axis card devaluation, they are telling you something very, very smart. They are telling you, I am not okay if you juice my rewards, but don't give me the portfolio which I deserve, where I make money. For example, जब भी आप base spend के लिए spend करते हो and 1% earn करते हो, then Axis can give you the high accelerated earning as well. Same thing is happening with Infinia. Everybody made it a voucher card and then they said कि यार 3% मुझे चाहिए ही नहीं, मैं directly 16% कमाऊंगा, right? So the right way to do this deval would have been, I feel, that अगर आप X amount of खर्चा 3% वाले कैटेगरी पे करोगे, we will unlock the 15% for you. Rather than saying कि तुम 18 लाख खर्च करो तो ही ये कार्ड होल्ड कर सकते हो, that sounds elitism, right? So I feel that we should hope that the banks think about it the right way, then saying कि यार, and also guys think about this inflation. यार हर जगह पे impact कर रहा है inflation, right? Everything is becoming expensive. Obviously, banks' costs are also increasing. So at some point of time, the devaluations will happen. Even the programs like Bonvoy devalue because of travel inflation, right? So I feel that we should pray and hope as a community that it's happening in the right logical tech fix way rather than random devaluations and low cognitive load, like I always say. मतलब Airtel Axis का तुम document देखो, it's so painful यार. मतलब उसको समझने में ही 10 मिनट लगेंगे तुमको कि क्या करने का ट्राई कर रहे हो. So that's my 2 cents, Adil. I hope that gives a good perspective of why devaluations are happening.
There's a follow-up question. Let's take this question from Akshay on the devaluation itself. He's saying, on Infinia, are there any exclusion category for the 18 lakh Infinia spend that needs to be made in a year? And secondly, have HSBC Premier relationship from MG Road branch RM confirmed they do not have DMAT service? Akshay.
Sorry, what was the DMAT point?
The DMAT point is like,
yeah. So 2 things. Akshay, mails pay, our Discord community members have a confirmation from the bank that there are no exclusions for the 18 lakh spend. Okay. Now, what I would recommend is, knowing the banks, now that you have this question, please exactly copy this question and send it to the bank. Get an official answer from them. I do not trust random replies. आपका पैसा है, आपका 18 लाख है. Please make sure that you have it in writing before you commit to any large spend. That's my only recommendation. Secondly, you are right. HSBC Premier does not have they have a DMAT service. They do not have a trading platform, Akshay. Both are different. So they are tied up with, they have an NHDL platform where because I have currently my stocks in their NHDL. So they have NHDL DMAT. They do not have a trading platform. They earlier had an ICICI trading platform who was their partner. They have discontinued that partnership. They are going to come up with another partnership very soon, but they have a DMAT service. I hope that answers both your questions.
Cool. Vaibhav, will come to you. Yeah, we spoke about so many cards getting devalued, right? From SBI, Airtel Axis has happened recently. Infinia has thrown a spanner in the works. Not technically a devaluation, but they're saying, hey, spend 3 lakhs or 18 lakhs or maintain TRV, whatever. American Express has been a potential deval from 4 lakh to 7 lakh spend. And then you also have ICICI EPM that knocked off ePay, Amazon Pay, and Swiggy. Which cards of these or any one has hurt you the most? Is any card hurting you at all? And what's your stance? Kya kar rahe ho? What are you doing to fix it?
See, Infinia 18 lakh spends is something which is actually hurting me now, because it's been a very close card to me. So after getting Burgundy, it was like, AAP months just hit there and just use this card for the vouchers maximum. Now I have to choose whether I have to go AAP or Infinia, because spends are always fixed. You just can't, manufacture spends. Okay, so one thing is very important. Either you want to have Infinia, father of all cards, or the whole luxury card, or you want points. So we have to see where I'll see that, where the months I don't have AAPs, go to Infinia. The months I'm hitting AAPs, I'll go to Magnus Burgundy. We are not talking about Scapia card actually. 20,000 rupees, and 20,000 rupees spends also. They have, I think they have removed insurances, they have removed all the utility expenses also. They're not giving points on that. But ठीक है, as long as, let's say, I'm using that card, 20,000 spent might not be big for me, might be big for the people, but I'm only hitting that card just to see that the next month, if I have, अगर मेरे को travel करना है, I have 3 flights up and down. So let's say 6 flights to carry to travel. Then only I'm spending that Scapia 20,000. Or else no, because there's no point. Because again, जो points आ रहे हैं, coins उसमें भी are like I have to use it in the Scapia portal only. So either book tickets on Scapia, get the points, and travel for the next month if I have 3 to 4 or 5 flights to carry, or else Scapia again inside the card. Infinia. That is something which is very tricky. AEP months, Magnus Burgundy. Non-AEP months, stick to Infinia now. That's my catch.
Cool. Dhimant, what is your perspective? What card or deval has hurt you the most? And what is your plan or strategy for 2026 basis what you know has happened in the first 2 months?
Dare I say the deval that I'm going to be most upset about is yet to come, but I don't think
यार
any
तुम
of the
ऐसे
ones.
खतरनाक ट्रूथ बॉम्ब्स मत डालो यार, फिर ये सबको
please.
प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है. तुम बोलते हो फिर वो
यार-
हो जाता है, फिर हम लोग साला सफर करते हैं इसके ऊपर.
No, so I don't hide anything. So I told in one of the previous episodes and live streams, I don't remember where I said that I always use a devaluation score index in my calculations. उसमें there is a card which is rates very high on that, which is BizBlack. And मैंने ये multiple times बोला है. I am just hoping that doesn't happen, because that will really hurt. That will toss my entire strategy for the next year into dumps, right? So that's what I'm most scared about. And in fact, जब Infinia का भी news आया, my only worry was, does this impact my BizBlack, right? So that's what I'm most worried about. Number one. Number two, what has hurt me? Surprisingly, the Scapia devaluation hurt me the most, because I was traveling a lot, and that 10,000 rupees was easy to spend, because like I had said, the maths was simple. वो 10,000 रुपए का 4% opportunity cost था, 400.800 रुपया. Now suddenly it has become 1,600, 1,800 points. So like for me, now it doesn't make any sense to spend on the Scapia, right? So now, like Vaibhav said, I may end up using the Scapia 20,000 just 1 month if I have 3-4 flights coming up in one of the months. But again, that one like was easy thing, right? So
Cool. So I tell you what, that comment is perfect. I had to flash it, and I was just able to flash it at the right time. So thanks for your comment, CCG33K. Is that Akash by any chance, or is that someone else? Do you know?
yeah, it's Akash.
It's Akash.
Akash, yeah.
It's
I was
Akash.
just wondering if that's his Twitter handle or his YouTube handle, or whatever. But Akash, good to see you tuned into the live stream, man. Thanks for joining. Cool. So my thoughts, Scapia obviously pinches, because at 10,000 was like really, really sweet. And I'm a huge foodie, like most of you know. And I'll tell you where it hurts more, right? January, May, my Star Alliance Gold expired, and I got downgraded to Star Alliance Silver. About Silver, May, you don't get access to the Air India lounge.
Oh man, that was bad.
And most of my domestic flights, unlike Adarniya Dhimant ji, are on Air India, not Indigo. And therefore, I used to love going to that lounge simply because, one, the ghee podi Benedict, man, outstanding. There is nothing quite like that on the entire airport anywhere in the country. Second, they have a fried idli scrambled egg sandwich. It blows your mind. It is really good. First of all, तुम carbs खा रहे हो और उसको fry कर रहे हो, fat and carbs, like lethal combination. मतलब तुम्हारा sugar or your blood sugar levels are going to spike like crazy. But man, the satisfaction that you get when you're indulging in 2 fried idlis with creamy scrambled eggs, that is another level of gastronomy. 3. Now we all love dosas in Bangalore. Dare say it's hard to get a good dosa right at airports. Now, of course, there's Rameshwaram at T1, at T2, there's CTR, great. But the Air India Lounge does a phenomenal Davangere Benne dosa. And for those of you who are non-vegetarians, I dare say, they even serve with a chicken curry when you ask for it. So that chicken curry and that Davangere Benne dosa combination is absolutely lethal, right? Now, because now every time you had Star Alliance Gold, you could walk in and you could have any of this stuff. Now that that is gone, I started using my Scapia to go ahead and indulge in a la carte dining. अब ये भी चलेगा. Now this is a problem, and therefore we still have good lounges in Bangalore, but Scapia definitely hurts. Along with that, ICICI Emirates also devalued early Jan. What that means is earlier you used to use it for tax payments. Earlier you could use it for insurance payments, and you would still get points. It would still get counted for your milestone spends. Now it does not. ICICI's email that came on 5th Jan clearly called this out. Next, HDFC, big spanner in the works. Big spanner in the works. Why? Because we moved, because my good friend Mr. Dhimant, a guy called MZ, a guy called Tushar, these guys got me onto HSBC Premier. I moved my spending on Premier and on Magnus Burgundy, and I've deprioritized the Infinia. And now you get an email from Infinia saying that, hey, we don't like you because you're not spending money. Come spend, or we'll throw you off. So now I think, I have to start slowly moving my spends back to Infinia. Otherwise, that becomes like a big risk for me. So those are my thoughts. But with that,
but Adil, two devaluations which again silently hurts me also. One obviously because Akash is on the screen, uska comment, so you cannot miss the gold devaluation because of the blink deal devaluation itself was a pain. A lot of people were depending on it. मैं बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं खरीदता था, so for me it didn't pinch that much. I think the bigger pinch for me also was the Swiggy vouchers are now kind of completely become out of reach, right? Because PayZapp pay you are getting only 5,000, right? So that's a big issue. You're not getting any multipliers on EPM, right? So that route is closed. So like even Swiggy vouchers, because mera 20,000-30,000 was Swiggy vouchers per month, right? So that itself is another big devaluation that is hurting right now.
Yeah. I think lot of food for thought, if I may just put it that way, especially for 2026 for us to kind of figure out. Let's take another question, which is here. Here you go. 1.5 lakh Infinia points, 3.8 lakh Accor, 3 lakh Edge reward points. How to best use them for a week-long vacation for a family of 5? Asia Pac, China, Japan will be preferred. यार आप लोग इतने पॉइंट्स जमा करके रखते कैसे हो? मेरे को ये समझ नहीं आ रहा. Like my point is, as soon as I earn, right, I want to burn, and my mind goes in burning simply because I feel like यार जमा करूंगा रखूंगा, उधर कुछ प्रोग्राम devalue हो गया, हमारा कट गया. So like I believe in earn and burn philosophy, but today we've got a lot of comments like this, right? किसी के पास 20 लाख Accor points है, किसी के पास 1.5 लाख Infinia है, 4 लाख Accor है. There's so many comments we've got like this. So I think there's so much that you can do. I think if you want a week-long vacation, particularly for a family of 5, and you want to do redemption-based, Hong Kong is great because Cathay opens up 8 seats. And with 8 seats, I think there's a lot you can do. JAL is a phenomenal airline again that you can consider, simply because JAL will open up, it will open up 8 seats again. Depends on what you want. And you don't necessarily have to make it about redemptions via airlines also. You can just use SmartBuy because you have Infinia and book flight tickets. Your accommodation is sorted by Accor. So तुम तो APAC या Europe में कहीं भी जा सकते हो. You're sitting on 7.6 lakh rupees worth of hotel stays. Even if you break it into 2 rooms, that's 3.6 lakh per room that you can afford to spend. So Europe holiday easy, APAC holiday easy. Open up anywhere in this part of the world is your oyster. That's the way I'm going to put it. But Dhimant Vaibhav, please chime in with your thoughts as well.
Okay, so my recommendation would be that, like Aadil said, but I realized that you don't have Amex points, so आप Cathay नहीं कर पाओगे. But my recommendation would be that look at Japan. you have enough and more points to sort for your Japan trip, right? So look at Accor, आपका पूरा hotel stay sort कर देगा. Jal is the only program where they open 6+ seats, so you should be able to do both economy, premium economy, or business, because even 5 जन की business भी book होती है जल पे, right? So obviously it's going to be hard to find 5, but it's possible theoretically. Now, Japan is a big opportunity. Please try Japan, and there is a series of reels that I'm doing on Instagram where we speak about and in YouTube that we speak about let's say particular card के कितने points आप कहाँ use कर सकते हो best. So keep following and see if you can use that to book your Japan trip. I think that will be super helpful.
Infinia route से he can do ना Finnair कहते sorry Qatar वाला he can do
Qatar से कर सकते, हाँ, पर उसमें 2 ही सीट मिलेगी. You won't get 5 seats. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Cathay
that's
में
okay.
you can get 5 seats. Yeah.
5 seats, yes. That's there.
Cool. I think that is solid. That is solid advice. I am trying to multitask. I am looking at lots more questions here and trying to figure out which one to take next. Let's take this one. Here you go. Dhimant, maybe you can start with this one. Which is the better card for 18 lakh expenses on Infinia or Magnus for Burgundy? I have expenses about 1.5 lakhs 2 times in a year.
M4B. आज बंद करके ले लो. Go for M4B. I think it will. Again, the only Arvind, the only thing that you should ask yourself is that 1 point like के above का मतलब ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि वो 1.8 lakh होना चाहिए. मतलब it has to be like significantly above. My guess is 3 lakhs होना चाहिए minimum 2 to 3 months. If you are able to do that, then please go ahead. That's my recommendation.
Cool. Dhimant, अगर आपके पास ये points होते हैं, the exact stack that he spoke about. Let's say hypothetically you had 2 lakh Infinia points. Let's say you had 4 lakh of Accor. Where would you go? What would be your dream trip?
Can you repeat that? Which was the what was the? I can't see the numbers. What was 4 lakh Accor?
I'm giving you the numbers. I'm making the numbers.
Hypothetical है.
Hypothetical है. मैं बोल रहा हूँ समझ लो आपके पास 2 लाख Infinia पड़े हैं और आपके पास 4 लाख Accor पड़े हैं. कहाँ जाओगे क्या करो? बताओ.
Yeah. So at this point of time, I think
Infinia also आप सोच लो तब.
So, मेरे लिए I think the best use of Finnair, best use of Infinia right now is Finnair, right? So you move it to Finnair to Qatar, use your avios to be able to book a Q suite. I think that would be the best possible option I can feel. So what I would do is first try that route if it works. If it doesn't work, I think then I would move it to KrisFlyer, and I would then try to probably see whether I can do a Singapore ka business or Vietnam, Bali. These are options that open up. New Zealand के लिए शायद कम पड़ सकता है, but yeah, मतलब that would be another option that would open up. So airlines, Infinia would go there. Accor, I think the world is an oyster right now, like you correctly said. 4 लाख Accor का मतलब है आप कहीं भी जा सकते हो. Because I recently came back from US. US में आप पैसे जमा कर उड़ा सकते हो. आप मसई मारा जा सकते हो. आप साउथ ईस्ट एशिया में कहीं भी जा सकते हो. Right, so right now I would use it for Masai Mara because that's an upcoming plan for me, and lavishly I would burn that money. So another good hotel, if people want to not fly too far, and because West is becoming a problem now, consider going to Vietnam via business on KrisFlyer. मतलब crazy है, मतलब 45K is superb, and then probably stay at either the new Fairmont or the Sofitel Legend at Hanoi. Both are brilliant options, and Vietnam is an amazing option for families and even for couples and even for individuals. I love Vietnam. Like that's an amazing opportunity.
Cool. Same question, Vaibhav. What would you do?
I just did December Infinia points to KrisFlyer miles. I transferred. I had 2,58,000 Infinia points. तो उसका मेरे को 3 business class tickets मिला. Bangalore, Singapore, Bali, Singapore लिया था 2,58,000 points में. 2 adults 1 child. Then आप दोनों का favorite hotel Swiss Hotel. तो उसके अंदर I stayed for 5 nights, all suits. कितना पॉइंट्स गए थे मेरे उसके?
वो दिख रहा है तुम्हारे पीछे, वो दिख रहा है फोटो तुम्हारे पीछे.
आवाज वो बस वो इक्रेस सूट का व्यू था ये 25 दिसंबर का. तो आई स्पेंड अराउंड 1,32,000 पॉइंट्स इन स्विस होटल. बाद में मूवन पीक गया था. मूवन पीक में अराउंड वी स्पेंड अराउंड व्हाट
दिस मूवन पीक इज व्हिच द वियतनाम हनोई वन.
बाली मूवन पीक बाली. So I spent there around 1 lakh points for like 31st night tha, so food, F&B, everything included. Uske andar hi.
Perfect.
So 1 lakh points. So the whole thing was like, and it's a good thing actually. And Chris Flyer has, I'll say, I used Pelago again during this trip. So the excess points, whatever I had, I used Pelago to book activities. Gave me 85 paisa value, but still it's good. Uh, अच्छे सारे उसके अंदर हमको पॉइंट्स के जितने भी थे इन्फिनिया और मेरे बिज ब्लैक बिकॉज ही हैज अ बिजनेसमैन more than Infinia, I get points over BizBlack. So, to all the businessmen over here, trust me, it is a very good card. If you really want to spend Southeast Asia, Singapore Airlines, आप जाओ घूमो फिरो एपैक के अंदर क्रिस फ्लेयर के अंदर आपके पास अवेलेबिलिटी भी ठीक है, आप ढूंढोगे तो मिल जाएगा, बट क्रिस फ्लेयर इज द बेस्ट प्रोग्राम फॉर बिज ब्लैक यूजर्स, ट्रस्ट मी. आप एक्टिविटीज भी बुक कर सकते हो उसके अंदर एंड 85-90 पैसा वैल्यू है. आप पीपल, आई नो पीपल हु आर पेइंग lakhs together, GST, income tax, and getting tons and tons of points on their BizBlack, but they don't know what to do or how to transfer. Either get in touch with the team or spend it on Chris Flyer and the whole thing over here. It's good.
Cool. Let's move to the next one. Dhimant, why don't you take this one, which is an interesting one because tax is your favorite use case. Ranveer has a high ticket tax payment. He's unable to decide BizBlack or Amex Milestone 3, which is of Amex Platinum Travel.
Hey Ranveer, I think maths कर लो, बहुत simple है. I think BizBlack पे again if you are just doing 3 lakhs then 56-250 तो आपको ऐसे भी उस पे बोनस मिल जाएगा and उसके ऊपर you have 2.3%. Amex पे 3 lakhs पे 22,500 is a far better return at this point of time. So my recommendation would be first finish the 3 lakh on Amex, the milestone, third milestone. उसके बाद अगर कुछ बच गया तो BizBlack पे कर लो. That would be my recommendation. But Amex Plat Travel at this point of time is a far better option than BizBlack, at least for 3 lakhs, the third milestone.
Cool. Let's take the next one from Vishwesh. Vishwesh is saying, even after having a salary of 20 plus and CIBIL of 780, couldn't get a premium card. As a function of how you define premium cards, right, Vishesh? It's a function of not only your credit score, but also the kind of credit limit that you can get based on your salary and who you bank with. So I think all of these go into making a decision. I think depending on where you are, you should easily be able to get an HSBC TravelOne. It's a good card to start with, and gradually you can upgrade, right? Similarly, अगर आप देखोगे, Amex Plat Travel is a great card. अभी खैर नहीं मिल रहा है, but when they do start applying, I think you can apply and then you can work your way up from there. Similarly, I think there are like the recent Bob card, which even launched with Etihad. I think that's a great card for a 5,000 rupee, right? 0% forex hai. It gives you phenomenal 10k miles on joining. It's got a healthy earn rate. So I think like you will get. The point is, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. I think you need to start from scratch and keep on scratching. That is what I tell people. So I think start and then you will very, very easily get there. Let's take the next one, which is, here you go. Dhimant, you can take this one again. Jay is self-employed with an ITR of 35 lakhs and about 80 lakhs TRV. Is it possible to get BizBlack? If yes, what's the process?
Yes, I think you will get BizBlack. You are eligible. See, Infinia का जो HDFC का randomness है, so कोई predict नहीं कर सकता. But by purely your numbers, you are eligible. You should walk into, like I always say, whichever city you are living, you should go to the topmost branch of that city, one of the big branches, right? For example, Bombay hai to Bandra branch, Andheri branch. If you are in Bangalore, the Indiranagar branch, yeah, the MG Road branch, whichever. You go there, talk to the credit card person, not any RM, and the credit card person whose KRA is to only sell credit cards. They 99% will tell you the right process, give you the right card. If they ask you to speak to an RM, please stay away. Just follow the process and you are eligible in my view. ITR, I think they are flexible on. I think if I'm not
30
mistaken, Vaibhav, it's
lakhs.
30 lakhs के आसपास ही
30
है, तो
lakhs now. 30 lakhs
हाँ,
now.
तो you are eligible. I think you should get it. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't get it.
30 lakhs. 80
Cool,
lakh
cool. All
TRV
the best.
like they will give it to you in a silver plate actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So all the best, Jay. Go for it. Get the card. Let us know in the comments. Atit ka ek question hai, important question from me. Any good miles redemption options for New Zealand to and fro? Going by revenue doesn't look feasible for a family of 4. So yeah, Atit, tricky hai because you have a family of 4, right? Family of 4 ke liye, I think there are. So you're saying you got Infinia, Magnus Burgundy, EPM, and Plat Travel. Depends how many Amex points you have. If you have a fair chunk of Amex points, then you can consider Cathay. But if you don't, I think KrisFlyer to the rescue. KrisFlyer has really good connectivity via Singapore, and you can do Accor business, and you will get 4 seats easily. That should not be a problem. But you'll have to look for these in advance. Be prepared to book even up to 355 days in advance is a word of caution, because New Zealand seats run out really, really quickly. And oftentimes you will try running a search from Bangalore to Christchurch, Bangalore to Auckland, and it will say not available. 2 tips for you. First, if you go on Singapore Airlines website or on their app, they have a phenomenal AI search. Just say that I'm looking for 4 seats, economy or business, whatever is your preference, and give them an approximate date range, say in the next 6 months, in the next 3 months from these airports. AI will actually tell you which seats are available. So one, I find that extremely helpful. 2, if you're not getting connectivity directly from India, then consider splitting the booking. Book Singapore Christchurch or Singapore Auckland, and then split the booking and do the rest in India, because sometimes getting a saver fare is going to be hard for you. So I think those are my tips for New Zealand. I think just potentially use Singapore Airlines for ease or convenience. You could potentially do Qatar as well, but I have never seen Qatar open more than 2 seats. So you will have to do 2 on points, and then you'll have to maybe do 2 on revenue. Those are my thoughts. But Dhimant, Vaibhav, you'll want to chime in?
No, I think business is going to be tough. Economy should be relatively easy, Atit. बिजनेस पे 4 सीट्स बहुत ही मुश्किल होगा. न्यूजीलैंड पे 2 भी मिलना बहुत मुश्किल हो गया अभी तो. सेवर पे नहीं मिलेगा. यू मे बी एबल टू गेट एडवांटेज इफ यू हैव इनफ पॉइंट्स. Another thing that you should look at is, like Aadil said, just like you have Cathay, you also sometimes get a Thai via United on United, right? So वो एक बार check कर लेना. Again, economy will be easier. It will be harder to get business.
Singapore economy because the journey between you'll get advantage fare between New Zealand and Singapore. Saver fares are available between India and Singapore.
Yeah.
So spend 10,000 points more, and you'll definitely get advantage fare between New Zealand and Singapore.
Yeah.
But saver fares between New Zealand and Singapore is very difficult to find. So you'll never get the whole stretch in a single shot.
Agreed.
Cool. Let's talk about devaluations more. Dhimant, lot of questions asking you to predict और क्या हो सकता है. Is there going to be more bad news in the next couple of months, or are we relatively safe? Who should be watchful, and what should be watchful about? What are you hearing from the market?
Yeah, so I'll tell you what I'm hearing. Again, please don't hold me for this, because it's very hard to predict these days. Every bank is looking into doing things, right? So here is my sense. Let's talk about the banks who haven't done it big this year. Axis. In my sense, I think Axis is more busy plugging loopholes right now. So I don't see an immediate risk कि मार्च में ही कुछ होगा. I know that Axis Airtel का PDF आया है, but this is my sense. One of the things that may happen, like why you guys are saying that Atlas बंद हो गया तो उसका deval नहीं होगा, I kind of disagree there. I think you will see a heavy push on Horizon, and that being the de facto card. You will see maybe forced conversion of Atlas to Horizon, possible, a very good possibility. I don't know when it will happen, but that's one of the things that could happen. Magnus for Burgundy, I don't know. I mean, I think the things are in control now. I think with the loopholes which are closed, if they stay like it is, I think the burn is manageable, and I don't think they will go all out. So that's the good news. It doesn't look like it will crazily. थोड़ा सा caps change हो सकता है, but again, I don't think that will be immediate. I think there is some time to that. So that's the Axis part. BizBlack, again, I have not heard anything. Honestly, there is no chatter. So I'm very happy actually कि chatter ही नहीं है. So I'm hoping that because there is no chatter तो कुछ नहीं होगा, but you never know, man. So it doesn't look like there are enough BizBlacks in the market for them to be worried about at this point of time. While there are enough BizBlacks, but not enough probably to worry them at this point of time. So that's the two things that I'm hearing. ICICI का the latest I've heard, and because I've always spoken about it, it बनता है कि मैं बोल दूँ बात कर दूँ. Like I've heard that it's probably further getting delayed, and maybe if it doesn't happen by March 31st, then there's a good chance that the approvals will lapse and it may not come back. So अब पता नहीं क्या होगा, but it looks unlikely right now. So at this point, I would recommend people not trying to get the EPM at all. मतलब अगर वो if it was on their watch list, look at some other card. I don't think that's the right investment if you are looking at Miles Partners. So that's the 2-3 things I'm hearing, folks.
Cool. So with that, I think it's time to wrap it up. But before we wrap, let's do a quick conclusion and summary. So Vaibhav, I'll come to you first. Quick 15-second summary. What is your strategy for 2026? What cards are you going to be using, and what cards are you going to be ditching?
I'm ditching Scapia for sure. Like if no travels, no Scapia. Infinia only during non-AAP months, and sticking to my Magnus Burgundy. Yes.
All right. Dhimant, same question to you. What are you going to keep? What are you going to kill?
My usage. So I just closed my first card of 2026 today. Obviously, even people like us need sometimes that support कि हाँ class card close करे. तो मैं Discord पे जाके check कर रहा था कि if there is something I'm missing on gold charge, so I just closed the gold charge because मुझे लग रहा है अभी वो मतलब मेरे लिए useless card बन चुका है. So my fees is coming up, so I thought I'll close the card. That's the first class that I've closed. The second card that I'm going to ditch is Scapia because I don't think I'll be using it much. The third card that I won't be using much is Infinia. It's gone into my back drawers. With Swiggy vouchers going away, I think वो मेरा पेज़ैप में saved है तो like वो जो भी 5,000 हर महीने में खरीद लूँगा. Amazon अगर ज़रूरत पड़ी तो I'll buy it. But apart from that, I don't see any other use of the Infinia. So again, I'm not looking to manage that 18 lakhs. अगर गया तो गया next year. So that's my strategy. I've already maxed out both my Plat travels. So that's already done. So again, they go into the back burner. The cards that I'm going to max out now is, interestingly, the Burgundy Private comes out now and the Magnus Burgundy comes out now because my balance has fallen down below 2 lakhs. So now my Group A I'm building for next year. This year's Group A is already exhausted. So next year ki Group A ke liye I'm already making the prep. So the Axis Twins are now back out again. So a large part of my spend will be on these two cards. That's my strategy for 2026.
Cool. So with that, I think, guys, time to bring this to a close. Dhimant, Vaibhav, thank you for breaking this down calmly instead of like, "Arey bhai, halat kharab ho gayi." It was very, very nice having a very structured answer with a very calm demeanor. To everyone who joined in live, we love doing this for you guys. This community is the reason why we're here, and it's always fun interacting with you all. Now, if you're confused, go ahead, Dhimant.
Sorry, Aadil. I think there are a few questions that we missed. I think one of the few common questions that I saw I wanted to answer that is people have been asking how to join the Discord community because like I was just saying कि मैं Discord पे discuss कर रहा था. Let me cover that part. So folks, first of all, the Discord community, Aadil will flash the link once again. There is a link where you can go and check it out. But the way to get access to the Discord server is you first go to our YouTube channel. You go and you obviously subscribe first. Subscribe अगर आप नहीं करते हो. If you are already subscribed, there is a join button. The moment you press the join button, you will see 2 levels of membership. That there is the boarding pass and there is a lounge access, right? So the lounge access is the membership that you should opt for, which gives you access to Discord. Now, how do you do it? Once you join the lounge access, right? You will then download the Discord app. Once you click on the link that Aadil is showing there, Discord gives you an option to connect your Discord handle to the YouTube account. The moment you do that, you will be welcomed into the lounge and you will be welcomed into all the channels, like all the cards, all the programs. The most buzzing channels right now as we speak is the Trifecta Amex channel, the Amex Platinum Travel channel, and obviously there are some sweet spot channels that are kind of buzzing right now. So if you come there, hang out on those channels and say hi to us, we'll be looking forward to meet you there. Sorry, Aadil, I stole your thunder, but this question was coming up and again, so I just wanted to cover that before we exit.
अरे कोई थंडर वंडर नहीं है यार, सब चिल है. No problem whatsoever. We were just wrapping it up. We will just take one more question before we close. There's a question from Raghu who says, Adil, what's your strategy for 2026? Yeah, Raghu, my strategy remains simple. Continue to spend on the Emirates card to lock in the gold status. I think that is critical for me. Second, try and figure out if I can get One World Sapphire. My friend Mr. Dhimant has been guiding me, because that might be a good hedge in case Emirates decide to plug away from ICICI, then I'm going to be in trouble. So therefore, I need to have a smart hedge. So the hedge is, if possible, sometime try and figure out One World Sapphire. Hopefully, in the next 6 months, we should try and see an Air India card. And if that Air India card comes out, getting Air India Gold or Star Alliance Gold becomes absolutely critical for me. Magnus Burgundy will continue to be my workhorse. And at the same time, the Atlas is something that I love a lot. The recent spanner in the works is HDFC. And they've asked me to complete a 3 lakh spend by April, which I will. I still like
your
that
taxes.
card. Still my voucher card. So I will potentially use that card to figure out whatever spend I have by the end of April and get that locked out. Everything else becomes just noise. So these are the cards that are going to be focus. Everything else becomes just noise. So with that, I think time to bring this to a close. What we were saying is, thank you, Dhimant and Vaibhav, for breaking this down calmly. To everyone who joined in live, big thanks. This is our first live stream where more than 5,400 of you joined concurrently, which is insane. Our best high previously was 2,500, but 5,400 is just nuts. Thank you for your love. For those of you who are confused about your credit card strategy and still need help, Dhimant and I do one-on-one consultations. More details on our website, greatindianmiles.com. If you want real-time insights and you're more of a do-it-yourself kind of guy, and you don't want consultations, like Dhimant said, join the Great Indian Lounge. And if this live stream helped you, share it with someone who's panic Googling that right now, saying that मेरा card तो devalue हो गया, मैं क्या करना चाहिए? So come to the lounge, hang out with us. We have a lot of fun. We discuss a lot of food there as well. And like I always tell people, don't say, "Arey, everything is getting devalued. Ye credit cards are done with." I don't think that is the case. I don't think the game is over. Just that the rules have changed, and we need to adapt and play by the rules. So let's keep doing that. Until next time, guys, this is Dhimant, Vaibhav, and Aadil signing off from the Great Indian Points and Miles Show. Bye.
Bye.